In spite of everything you've heard about gun rights being taken away from law-abiding American citizens, there's a federal court judge who has decided, enough with all that. The illegal guns should be used by illegal immigrants. They have a Second Amendment right that can't be taken away. She really made that ruling. I know you and I are both Second Amendment people, that the Constitution is very clear. We have the right to bear arms. The Constitution applies to citizens of the United States. At least I used to think so. There are massive movements in blue states, Will Johnson, that you're very familiar with, that are doing their best to ban guns completely, starting with different kinds of weapons and adjustments to weapons and size of weapons and clips for weapons and size of ammunition for those weapons and so on. And they're chiseling away here and there around the country.
And how many you can have inside the weapon. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. There's a judge now, a federal court judge in Chicago, shock, that has ruled if you're an illegal immigrant in the country illegally as a felon, you now have the right to possess guns. There's a federal law, I'm going to read it to you, Section 922 of Title 18 of the United States Code, it's federal, that bars illegal immigrants from carrying guns or ammunition because they're not citizens and they're not afforded the protections of the Constitution. According to a prosecutor, Heriberto Carbajal Flores, an illegal immigrant, was found in Chicago carrying a semi-automatic pistol. He knew he was an illegal alien and he was unlawfully in the United States and he knew it was against the law. But U.S. District Court Sharon Johnson Coleman decided in her 8-page ruling, the court grants his motion to dismiss that he has the right to carry a weapon. And she says the Second Amendment applies to anybody in this country.
Wow. Right. You know what it makes me think about? Remember, I don't know if you remember this quote by Obama, but he said that he needs a private army.
Mm-hmm.
He said he needs a private army. So in order to have this private army, there has to be people that are not Americans. If you can bring in external people that are not Americans, you can have them attack Americans and they won't think twice about it because they see them now as the enemy. We are the enemy to these illegals coming into the country.
Right.
The very fact that this judge is going to allow illegals to purchase firearms while they're trying to ban American law-abiding citizens in this country, trying to ban them from purchasing a firearm, says a lot. Says everything about this judge. This judge does not care about America, do not want to put America first, do not want to put his people first. They're all about creating this chaos in this country. I mentioned multiple times, they're setting us up to fall. This is the agenda. And in order to have the conflict happening in this country, which I truly believe that what their goal is, they need for these people to be armed because they know people that love the country, people that love the freedom, they're willing to fight for it. They already have weapons. They know this is a problem for them because if they said Mr. and Mrs. America, turn them all in, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. America are going to go buy more. That's what they've done in the past. But this allowing illegals, what happened to upholding the Constitution, to the oath that they took? Shouldn't this judge be personally removed and even tried? She's aiding and abetting criminals, and she's supposed to be putting criminals in jail, people who actually break the law. It's backwards. It is absolutely backwards.
100%. I cannot explain it. It makes no sense to me, but I'm very offended by the fact that these liberal woke judges are putting non-Americans' rights above Americans' rights. Yes. You carry a gun in Chicago, but this fellow from Mexico can't. No explanation given other than he has the right and the Constitution applies to him, but not Will Johnson.